Hello and welcome, my fellow Sagittarians out there. If you have your sun, your moon, but especially your rising sign, your ascendant, like I have my ascendant as well in Sagittarius, if you have that, this is your horoscope. The monthly horoscope for May of 2021. It is a crucial month for the Sagittarians. It's one of the most important months of the year, together with next month as well, June as well. A lot is happening, and especially for the mutable signs, and you're one of them. So there is like eclipses going on, a shift of your ruler in a different sign in its own sign, basically. So a lot of changes are on the menu for the Sagittarians. Of course, not all of them are gonna happen bang on, for instance, an eclipse or a shift of that planet into another sign. But it's definitely something that is standing out for the month of May of 2021. Let's start with the eclipses. So we're gonna have on the 26th of the month of May an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. So that means the moon in an opposition to the sun, and the moon will be in your sign at 5 degrees of Sagittarius with the south node, very, very close to it. So that's why we call it a total eclipse, because it's so close to it. And then it opposes the sun and the north node in your opposite sign of Gemini. You won't feel it just bang on that day. You're probably already feeling it, especially when you have degrees between 0 and 10 degrees. 0 and 10 degrees, you feel it the most. You will feel it already in April. But the ones who feel it the most is when you've got like an ascendant, a planet, a sun or a moon, or even a Venus or a Mars, a Mercury around 5 degrees of Sagittarius, or if you were born around and about the 26th of November up until the 30th of November. So those people will feel it the most, this eclipse here. But again, every Sagittarian will feel it. And what is this all about? So eclipses are definitely the lunar ones. There are about things that comes to our consciousness, that we see things very clearly because of, an event or things that become very clear for us. And with the moon and the south node in our first house, the house of Sagittarius, it's about the letting go of an old part of you, basically. I've been talking about that for quite a while. But it is necessary of you going towards, in this case, new relationships, new connections, new people that are coming into your life. And not necessarily now bang a new person. No, probably already someone who is in your environment, as when the North Node was shifting into your 7th house, or even that becomes a bit more important for you now. There's definitely a focus on other people. There's definitely my advice to go towards the being open for new connections or for what people show you in your life. They're absolutely a mirror at that time, at this point, and a mirror towards you saying to yourself, this was the old me and this is the new me. And it's very, very deep, because it's about your personality. The rising sign is your persona. It has to do how you present yourself. And there is a total shift here. So what an opportunity for the Sagittarians, because when they do this, they're gonna attract new connections and relationships that go up a level and that suit them way better than ever before. So it's about gaining more authenticity. And this eclipse, as this eclipse that belongs to the Saros cycle 5 North, and that is all about envisioning and the deep knowing of the truth. And because of that deep knowing, it is possible to already take actions here. And that's what this whole eclipse is about. Even though not everything can unfold just in a day or two, This has to do with already taking actions towards your new life. It is absolutely very, very interesting for the Sagittarians, because they know deep down inside with this eclipse flavor, so to speak, and this going away from the old, the Sagittarians will feel it. They will feel it deep down inside. There is that knowing. You know that feeling, Sagittarians, when you know something. It's not because of the intellect or the feelings, or it's just a knowing. And you can act already now upon it, because of Mars is around the eclipse in a very beautiful trine with Neptune. So you will have the opportunity to go with the flow and to take some actions that don't get that much resistance. So you can go with the flow here. And but whilst the old is dying, the old you, I'll give you an example. Maybe a part of you, of your persona was like, I'm a go-getter, for instance, right? I'm going towards, what I want. I'm going to take actions. I'm, doing, masculine energy. You could be someone who's saying, yeah, I'm just like that. I'm always doing. But all of a sudden, because of some events, because of these, not all of a sudden, I mean, this is going on for a while now with the South Node in your sign, you're dealing with events that are out of your control, and that you see it's better to go the opposite, right? I wish I was a bit the opposite. So you're shifting towards, I give this stupid example here, but it can be your story. Like, I'm using too much masculine energy. I'm going for the feminine energy now. I'm going to go with the flow a little bit and see where it goes. I'm going to trust a little bit more in the universe. And you will know that this is the right thing. It can be the other way around as well. It doesn't matter what your story is. You could be someone who's got a lot of feminine qualities, whether you're a man or a woman, and who does a bit like the easygoing, and you don't do too much and things come to you. But now you're realizing that that's not working anymore, and you need to go towards a bit more a go-getter mentality. And that is the shift. You see, that is the personality. And of course, because you change so much by doing this, you're going to attract different people in your life. That's the North Node and the Sun there in your 7th house. A lot of opportunity for new relationships, especially when you're single. You could be really meeting someone here, meeting someone new, or someone new appearing in your life here, and that really seems to be the right person, and off you go, right? This is this new opportunity, because it's such an emphasis on relationships, whether you are in one or not. Venus and Mercury are there as well in your 7th house in Gemini, and for the whole month, and even Mercury for next month as well, because at the end of the month it goes backwards. So you're definitely working and thinking about love and relationships. And there's definitely, when you are single, a possibility of someone coming into your life and you're reassessing them. What is normal with new relationships, you kind of see one part of them, and then when Mercury goes backwards, you see another part of that, and you integrate it, or you're not integrating it, depending on, I mean, we have our free will. So super focus on business partners as well. It could mean that when you have your own business, there could appear a new business partner there. And but also definitely a lot in your emotional houses going on, because of the Jupiter in the 4th house and Mars in the 8th house, all in water signs. So there's also a lot of intimacy, deep stuff going on, family stuff going on. So I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of Sagittarians, because of meeting someone new, they already also are going to invest very deeply emotionally in the relationship. It's not just physically, oh, I'm in a new relationship here. It's going quite deep here. And that is because Jupiter every year shifts into a new sign. And now on the 14th, it shifts into its own sign of Pisces in your 4th house. And guess what? You are Jupiter in the chart. So having that shift from Jupiter in Aquarius to Jupiter in Pisces is massive because it's an improvement. Jupiter in its own sign, the ancient ruler of Pisces is Jupiter. So you will be feeling very much more energetic, much more uplifted, and in your own element, so to speak. And that is not only for May, it will stay there for June and July. And then it goes back into Aquarius. So it's just a sneak preview. And then next year, Jupiter will be in Pisces again. So for June, July, for May, July, and June, oh, my goodness, for May, for June, and for July, mea culpa, your ruler will be in its best position possible. And it's in the core of your horoscope, which means that you're going to be more grounded. You're going to have more the feet on the ground. You're going to have, on a more mundane level, an opportunity, for instance, to move towards a home that is bigger, for instance. Jupiter in the 4th house. The 4th house is literally your house, your home. So you could be moving, definitely with Mars in the 8th house, of shared resources, shared money, and being active there. So with your spouse or your girlfriend, boyfriend, you could be buying a home, for instance. A lot of Sagittarians will do that around this time. And and definitely at the end of the month, with Mars trining Neptune, actions that you will be taking to transform will go fluently and a bit more easily. Now, the only thing to watch for is Venus and Mercury are gonna square up to Neptune as well at the end of the month. So that means that to stay with the feet on the ground, though, when it comes to relationships and your home situation, to be practical, to be, you know, realistic, so to speak. And if you are like that, you can't really go wrong. So what a month for the Sagittarians. It's possible for a lot of you Sagittarians that this is the beginning of a whole new chapter in your life that is like a snow, because you have made that change inwardly. It's like your whole life is changing. It's the home, it's the relationships, it's the work, it's everything. You know, indirectly the work, although there's not so much focus on work here. It is also, of course, the opposite sign of Virgo, which is opposing that Jupiter there. But anyway, more focus on relationships and the home area. And I think it's going to be very, very actively an active month for the Sagittarians. So for those of you who've been waiting for these changes, they're about to come there. And having said that, thank you so much for watching. Be well and enjoy this month. Make the most out of it, like true Sagittarians would do. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.